All right, good evening, everybody. It is Monday, February 13th. I'm Savannah Louie with Atlanta News First. You are watching Atlanta News First. We're at the First Alert desk now, and we're going to do something a little bit different tonight. I know that usually at 8 o'clock we bring you our top 5 stories at 8, but today we're going to really focus on one big developing story here, a story that we've been covering for not only the past couple of weeks as news has continued to develop, but actually this story began back in July. I'll start with the latest development, though, first here. Doraville, a former Doraville police officer, is now in custody. He's charged in connection to the death of a 16-year-old girl, Susana Morales. Now, it's Gwinnett County officers who took in 22-year-old Miles Bryant. He faces 2 charges. The first, concealing the death of another, and the second charge, false reporting of a crime, again, both in connection to Susana Morales' death, a 16-year-old girl from Gwinnett County. Going to go ahead and show you her picture now here, though. This, again, is Susana Morales. She first went missing last summer in July 2022. She was walking home from a friend's house in Norcross, and we're told that Morales never got to her destination. I want to show you here some surveillance video. This captured Morales' last moments walking along Singleton Road. Investigators have previously said they have reason to believe she may have gotten into a car with someone. They didn't give any details on who, and again, that update was months ago. Today, the latest update, other than the arrest of that now former Doraville officer, is that there was a funeral held for Morales today. So the funeral was today. You're looking at footage of her casket being brought out here. This, again, was several months after Morales first went missing. Last week, I want to give you another update. Morales, or human remains were found. These human remains were found off Highway 316 in a wooded area near the Barrow County line, and last week, investigators released some information that they were indeed Susana Morales' remains. They didn't give any further details into that, and it's just really today that we're learning more about Miles Bryant, who is charged and now held in the Gwinnett County Detention Center. Bryant is being held without bond, and we're told investigators are still trying to figure out the cause of Susana Morales' death. They haven't given any details on Bryant's involvement. Again, I want to repeat those charges for you. So he's facing 2 different charges. The first is concealing the death of another. The second charge is false report of a crime, both in connection with Morales' death. Something really interesting to note here is that Bryant does not face any murder charges or anything like that when it comes to Morales' death, just those 2. Again, the first, concealing the death of another, and false report of a crime. Investigators have not given any further details on they haven't given any further details on the circumstances surrounding Morales' death, but we do expect to learn more. We reached out to the Doraville Police Department for a statement because, again, Bryant was a former Doraville police officer. They did release a statement to us. Here's what they said. We have a brief statement here. I'm going to go ahead and read this for you real fast. Let me pull it up here. Again, we're still working to learn more about their involvement in that case. But the statement that Doraville police released to us, this is actually the city of Doraville. They say the city of Doraville was notified the afternoon of Monday, February 13th, that a now former police officer was being served felony arrest warrants by the Gwinnett Police Department in connection with the disappearance and murder of Susana Morales. The city of Doraville and its police department are fully cooperating with the Gwinnett Police Department in its investigation of Mr. Bryant. Our prayers rest with the family and friends of Susana Morales and everyone else affected by this tragedy. Again, this is a terrible situation. We have covered this for several months now. We've spoken to Susana Morales' family a few different times since Morales first went missing last summer. They have told us that they did not believe that she's the type of girl who would have run off or run away. They also say that they were holding on to hope that she would eventually be found, but unfortunately she was not found alive, and just a very devastating situation for the family. Again, Miles Bryant is being held at the Gwinnett Detention Center without bond. over the past several months, and especially over the past couple of weeks, we've had our reporter Yasmina Alston on this story. She's been chasing the latest developments. She's spoken with the family more than once, I believe, just to get that information and to share a little bit about what they have been going through and what they've been hoping for as this entire situation has unfolded. And her work and her coverage is not ending here. She's actually going to be speaking with the family later tonight. She's going to bring us all the latest updates on Atlanta News First. You can watch us at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock on Peachtree TV, as well as WANF at 11 o'clock. Again, that's going to be Yasmina Alston with the latest on this story as we continue to look forward as to how that family is going to react, and more details as well on that former Doraville officer's involvement in this very tragic case here. I know that's a lot to take in, but I'm going to send you now a look at our beautiful Metro Atlanta skyline. Very beautiful night across the Metro Atlanta area. We have our meteorologist, Cutter Martin, with us here. And Cutter, we are coming off of a couple beautiful days of warm weather. I know that there is at least one first alert in the forecast for this week. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely one time period to watch. Showers and thunderstorms making their return. We'll go ahead and bring you that 7-day forecast up here full, making their return as we get into our Thursday night and Friday morning. Certainly the next time period to watch. Technically still 2 first alerts, but the next time period is kind of singular there, and that begins late Thursday and will persist into our early Friday. So shifting gears now, talking about your first alert forecast. Again, if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, you can find our social media accounts, Atlanta News First on Facebook, also on YouTube. We are streaming those 2 social platforms, also live right now, Roku, Amazon Fire, AtlantaNewsFirst.com, many places. And if you have a question about the forecast, you need something answered, again, please do feel free to navigate over to social media, Atlanta News First on Facebook and on YouTube. Max saying hello on YouTube right now. Hello to you, Max. Thank you for watching. It looks like we do also have some comments coming in. Max is watching on Facebook as well. Hello to you. Thank you all for checking in. Again, we'll go ahead and switch gears and dive a little bit deeper into that forecast. Going to dive into my weather graphics, so give me just one moment here as we kind of mosey around. If you see me looking down, we have a big computer set up here. You may be able to see that depending on what platform you're watching on this evening. And I have access to social media and weather graphics, and right now we're going to load up current temperatures, because while we are talking about the chance of rain, the first alert to showers and thunderstorms late Thursday into early Friday, we do have plenty of nice weather between now and then. 55 still in Atlanta, and it's 8:08 p.m., so not a bad 8 o'clock temperature considering it is still mid-February. Some folks celebrating Valentine's Day maybe this evening. Certainly it's gorgeous out there. In fact, tomorrow, while it's going to be cloudier, I think it's going to be even milder because of the clouds out there tomorrow afternoon and evening. So it's going to be gorgeous out there as well, whether you are celebrating Valentine's Day this evening, or maybe if by chance you are heading out tomorrow and you have Tuesday or Valentine's Day proper plans in your on your calendar. Again, I'm First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin. Thank you for tuning in and for watching this digital check of the First Alert forecast. To begin with some news headlines from anchor Savannah Louie, and now shifting to the forecast. And I know we were covering quite a bit of news earlier, some breaking news into the Atlanta News First newsroom. You can find that story linked to our chat channel on Facebook, Atlanta News First, and on YouTube, Atlanta News First. If you're watching Roku, Amazon Fire, or any other platform that isn't social media, a reminder that we'll have a complete recap of some of this news coming in that has been posted to AtlantaNewsFirst.com tonight, starting at 9 p.m. Back to that forecast, though. Current temperatures now 40s, 50s, even Blairsville in the mid-40s. Not at all bad, given the time of year. Dry tonight with maybe just our first few high wispy clouds starting to move back into North Georgia. So I think tomorrow morning just a skosh, a little bit warmer than it was this morning, with a forecast low temperature of 42 in Atlanta, 36 in Covington. Forecasting a freeze, but a very light one, barely touching the freezing point there in Blairsville, up in the mountains' highest elevations. That's where it will be coldest, of course, tomorrow morning. No surprise there. 34 in LaGrange, 35 in Carrollton, 34 in Rome. Could be some frost. We had some frost this morning. Could again be some frost, especially outside of the perimeter outlying areas where temperatures are in the mid-30s with a calm wind and a mostly clear start to the day. First dog walk of the Tuesday Valentine's Day forecast. We're saying hello to Savannah. This was sent in by Kathy White, and you can see the yellow paw out the door early in the morning because, yeah, you want to make sure you have that extra layer. You can't just walk out as you are and be comfortable. But I think by 8 a.m., the sun is up. Temperature is warming up pretty swiftly in the 8 o'clock hour. So still chilly 8 a.m., but back to a green paw print and improving pretty quickly for the dog walk conditions, getting much more comfortable as we get into the afternoon. Here is that hour-by-hour process. Again, mostly sunny, just some high wispy clouds, 30s, lower 40s out the door. Notice by noon, if you have maybe Valentine's Day lunch plans, temperatures mild, upper 50s and lower 60s, but also more in the way of cloud cover around. I don't think a solid overcast. There probably will still be a filtered sunshine. These are kind of starting out as mid and high level clouds. The sun can penetrate through those, so a filtered sunshine, not a completely gloomy day, but certainly more cloud cover than what we had around the area today. And then after we get through lunchtime, temperatures peaking, mid, maybe some upper 60s, warmest down in Randolph County, Alabama, Shreveport counties in Georgia, kind of southwest of Atlanta, down that 85 corridor. Upper 50s to near 60 in the highest elevations of the mountains, near 70 in LaGrange. Now for the all-important 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock window as most folks are going to dinner. It's dry. Could be a sprinkle late Tuesday evening, 11 p.m., midnight, 1 a.m. into Wednesday, with temperatures in the 50s and even lower 60s through the course of your evening plans. Not really cold at all given the time of year, but that chance of showers is in the forecast out the door Wednesday, mainly north and west of metro Atlanta. So that Valentine's Day hour-by-hour forecast will kick it off at 3 p.m. through 3 a.m. That pivotal point with dinner and after-dinner drink plans, all of that looks dry with temperatures in the comfortable lower 60s. And upper 50s. A light jacket, maybe. That's about all you'll need. Most folks probably not even that. Nice that we had the Valentine's Day kind of fall on tomorrow because we have had such kind of nasty weather coming out of a stormy, windy, cold, highest elevations up there. It was snowy weekend. So nice that we're able to enjoy some nice weather on our Tuesday. And then Wednesday, a little cooler, more clouds, scattered showers, mainly north and northwest of metro Atlanta. First alert, 70% chance of rain Thursday, mainly afternoon, late in the afternoon, I think more so evening and night. Here is that hour-by-hour trend. We're first alerting not all of our Thursday, but as we get into the evening commute and especially after dinner, that's when the rain chance will really start to climb and we could have some gusty thunderstorms rolling in. There is a risk of some strong to severe storms, especially west of Atlanta, northwest of Atlanta, Cleburne and Randolph counties in Alabama, Carrollton on up to Rome, Dalton, Georgia. Those areas have the greatest, still slight risk, but greatest. When speaking about North Georgia, greatest risk of severe weather as we get into Thursday night. And then Friday, yes, there could be some morning rain, maybe a rumble of thunder, but I think we're starting to dry out during the morning commute. At the latest, by mid to late morning, we're drying out, clearing out. And then we're back into a pattern of cold. Temperatures will be cold, the winds will be howling, but sunshine will be back in the forecast as we get into our Friday afternoon. And with the clearer sky, kind of this fresh batch of cold air moving in, it's going to be a freezing start on Saturday, going 29 in Atlanta, low to mid 20s in the typical colder spots, maybe some teens up in the mountains. So a freezing start to our weekend, but hey, it comes with sunshine and a brisk wind. So a brisk but sunny, crystal clear blue winter day, the forecast Saturday, and then a frost possible Sunday, but we're starting to warm up, already back to near 60 degrees on Sunday afternoon, upper 60s Monday afternoon this time of year. You know how it goes, roller coaster, temperatures go up, you get a storm threat, and then the temperatures crash, you get the wind, the sun back, and the possibility of freezing conditions. We're kind of stuck in that pattern for the time being, kind of that up and down, and as you're going up, that risk of thunderstorms will be increasing, and here is a look at that 7-day forecast. Going to go ahead and pull up Facebook as well. Going to want to make sure that I didn't miss any comments coming in. Good evening to you, Michael Baxter. Michael Baxter also watching Savannah, saying hello to you. And again, thank you for watching. Appreciate the viewership, both the Max, Michael, for always watching. Thank you. And now that we've covered the forecast, I want to remind you we are back on TV, really any platform you can stream on here in just a little bit. Time now is 8:15, so in 45 minutes, we're back on Atlanta News First, 9 o'clock hour, 10 o'clock hour, 11 p.m. half hour, latest news headlines, full First Alert forecast coming up with the team, First Alert meteorologist Fred Campagna and I. We'll leave you with a live look of Midtown Atlanta. It's a gorgeous evening out there, not quite as chilly. Full forecast, including that risk of storms, some severe weather Thursday night and Friday morning coming your way, starting in 45 minutes.